Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the Cuts Pack. Sorry there was an episode yesterday. We have finally run out of backlog for the series. Reason being is I've been playing some Fallout, and on top of that I was waiting for an update to the server, which has been a pretty welcome update. We now have replaced IHL. It's no longer in the pack. Instead we have Cutting Edge, which is a mod that Cuts has been stirred into making by IHL and a couple of other ideas that he's had for the actual pack itself. We now have tree taps as made by TTFTCUTS, which is pretty awesome. These ones do the same job as the IHL ones, although they don't change the logs on the trees, and they work only with an evaporator. There is no electrical evaporator like in the IHL. And there's also no more resin, so the spruce trees are gone. Instead we have maple trees, and maple trees produce maple syrup, which is what Cuts is setting up right now. Now today we have the first task in line, and I've got some things for it here: a thermoelectric generator, a charger, some LV wire coil, some LV wire connectors, and within this box, this one? No, this one? Yes, we have 2 uranium blocks and 2 packed ice. We are going to create a small permanent power source. Now, I don't know whether I'm going to suddenly get sick or not. That's why it was in this box, so I have to act quickly in case I do. We're going to set up a thermoelectric permanent RF solution for charging the robots. This wouldn't work with GRAEGtech machines because there's no way to get RF to GRAEGtech power, which is good because this pack is meant to be a challenge and there is a lot of RF stuff that could be abused in that way. But at least we can use it to power our robots, which means that we will have permanent, uninterrupted oilberry farming. And in fact, this thing has been so hard at work that we need to sort this thing out, and quick, because he is way overproductive. Last I checked, there was items bouncing on top of the hopper because the hopper was full. So, I'm trying not to fly. Somebody's trying to set up their own version of the farming robot, apparently. But let's come over here. Jump down. I'll turn on that. Of course, hats gets in the way. There we go. Now, our friend here needs the charger. So we give him the charger. Charger will go there. Then we're going to set up an LV wire connector directly hooked up to it. And I have some wood here I can use as a bracket just for now. I need you there. Then I need this here. And this here, and connect these two. Now, this should not be producing any power and completely useless right now. The way that the thermoelectric generator works is by having a temperature differential. So uranium is hot, packed ice is cold. Uranium goes here, uranium also goes here. If they were opposite each other, that would be completely useless. But if we have ice opposite the uranium, that will be creating a hot-cold differential across the surfaces, and will mean that this is starting to produce energy. Or should be. We don't seem to have a working connection. Why would that be? It may actually be these connectors, because sometimes some mods don't understand the connectors. So what I might do is we'll fly on out of here and we will look at where's open computers. There's a couple of things we could try. We could try cable, because I believe cable will take RF directly, or we could try the power converter. Converts power from other mods to the internal energy type. Conversion rates, energy, conversion speed. Right? but it is an RF mod, so this does convert it to thermal electric. Oh no, nope, I'm wrong. It does have its own internal electric tape. We could try the power converter, which is cable, microchip, and printed circuit, as well as some golden iron. So let's try that. I'll meet you back at the base. Okay, back at the base. We need some cable. That is extremely easy to make, and I probably could have made it over there because I had all that stuff on me. But there we go. We can make both while we're here. Redstone, please. So that's some cable. That's enough to try it. And then we want the power converter, which I have 2 parts for it already. I think the only thing I'm missing is the... Where did it go? There it is. Microchip. So I can make that pretty quick as well. Gold, gold, redstone, iron. And that is a tier 1 microchip. So you, I need 4 of that and 2 of you. That, that, and that, and there. And then we have a charger, a power converter. So let's run across, I think 3 cable just in case. Well, I've got the stuff on me, but I'll make some more cable while I'm at it. Cool. I'll head back over to the oil platform and then we will try out both options, I think. And then we'll decide what we like more. Alright, we are back. So, let's try the cable first. We'll just break that and that. And then cable. How's that going? Anything? No, you don't count as connected. Okay. That's fine. Let's try power converter then. Although this may be a bit trickier. Sorry about that. Unless we put the power converter directly on. There we go. We have power. So let's use a combination of both, apparently. We will use the power converter to change it to the correct kind of energy, and then this will take it over here to our friend the Open Computers charger. So there we go. We're actually getting RF at a reasonably high rate, and the reason for that is packed ice is very cold. It's probably the coldest item you have access to for IE, and uranium is as hot as lava, I think, or maybe slightly hotter. The only thing hotter is plutonium. So the temperature differential is pretty high already, which means that the thermoelectric generator is running at a pretty decent rate. So we actually want to raise that up, don't we? Yes, yes we do. We want you to actually be there. And then we need a lever. So let's get out of here. I think I have the stuff for a lever over this way. And I don't have any cobble. That is terrible. Whole thing made out of metal, no cobble. There's cobble down here though. It is dark though. Oh my god. Excuse me. Right, all that for a lever. Cool. And off we go again. I am watching that fuel on my left like a hawk because it is going to run out, and it's going to run out in an inopportune time. Unfortunately, I do like to run it down properly because I don't want jars with little bits of potentia in them. So he's off running. Apparently 15 minutes had passed. You turn that on and its charge speed goes to 100. So it's just going to be sitting there, and I think it's even charging me at the moment because I have nanobots installed. That's what that little battery symbol is on the left hand side of my hearts. So this thing is trying to charge me up at the moment, which is fine. Seems to be doing well. But when he gets back, what is your charge level anyway, Deep Thought? You're getting low, so this is a great opportunity. Yep, that's not going to work very well. Oh, that's right, I forgot. I put a double chest here. So he's been doing his job very well. The oil berries are going in, and now he's getting charged. Yes. And 15 minutes sitting on this thing will absolutely provide enough power to him. So, you know, that's a thing. So I may as well put this cable up this way, because we're going to have the other farms connected the same way, and they're going to be doing exactly the same thing. So what we need to do now is not replace this hopper. The hopper will still be used, because you'll remember when we were working on the processing machines, the only way that I could get the items out of chests were to use conveyor belts. Well, that was only so that they could pull a stack at a time, that sort of thing. We don't need it to be terribly fast with this, so we can actually use a hopper to place items into item pipes, and we want to use item pipes to deliver it up to the surface. So let's go fly. Angie has logged on. Angie's the one that helped me fill in the rest of the top of the oil platform. And I need to find some electrum plates, which have been sitting around in a box waiting for this very moment. Or a moment like this. I had decided at one point, because it was so hard to make brass, because it was so hard to find zinc, that I was going to use the abundant amount of silver that we had, plus the potentially infinite gold we had, to just make electrum instead. An electrum item pipe. So if we look at item pipes, electrum is actually the next stage up anyway. So, I mean, we should be skipping brass at this point. But we want to come across to you. Let's just, I think that's the recipe for huge. Or large. Yeah, we don't want large. We want normal, if anything. And only because normal looks cooler. Yeah. That'll do. Electrum is so easy for us to get, so I don't really mind using all that electrum like that. Let's head on back to the oil platform. Okay. Flying back. Finally got myself there. Cuts is just talking to Angie about water, because we now have finite water. And people need to know about that before they start wrecking rivers and oceans by putting holes in it. By finite water, what we mean is it acts like lava now and doesn't form sources on its own. What am I after here? I was after something that Angie has left me. She said that it was in the small chest on the platform, but I'm not seeing it. Huh. Imaginary, perhaps. I'll figure it out in a couple of minutes, but we can get started anyway, because our electric pipes, they just, electrum, just need to go up this way. And I finally ran out of juice. Good, good. That's exactly what we want to happen. You can see the oil leaking into the to the water down here. Gross. Nice and polluty. There we go. We can just head on up. I might not even have enough pipe. No, I do. I do have enough pipe. That's good. No, that's not what I wanted, and I don't have a wrench on me. Look, again, Electrum is so inexpensive comparatively. I'm just going to do this. Right. So, then we also need to configure the hopper, which is just a matter of breaking it and replacing it. And now it will place stuff into the pipe when it gets dropped off by deep thaw. So now we have a pipe leading to the surface, and from there we want to build something in particular. Now this is why I was looking for this small chest that Angie had left, apparently. Yeah. So I got to make it out of sheet metal. It's something very recently added to immersive engineering. Here. Alright, see you in a second. Okay, Angie has come to the rescue. So, we have sheet metal, we have 4 treated wooden fences, and an engineer's manual. We also have an Electrum pipe sticking out of the ground. So what we're going to do is we are going to go into construction, possibly, multi-block. No, you're not in here. Wooden barrel, metal constructions, perhaps. Well, there's sheet metal. Nope. Heavy machinery. I don't think it would be in heavy machinery because it's not a machine that we're making, but yeah. Let's take a look where in the book it is. I could be completely wrong. No, I think it must be under construction. Overview and resources, maybe. Mineral deposits, blast furnace. Oh, by the way, Cuts during the update has also mind tweaked the heck out of immersive engineering with the help of Blue Sunrise, who's the creator of immersive engineering, along with the artist Damien Hazard. And in our mineral deposits, we have a ridiculous amount of veins. 73 different kinds of veins can be found using the IE excavator. The original ones have been removed, but there is a lot of veins that can be found. Anyway, let's go back. We want to find something in particular, which I'm starting to guess very much is under construction somewhere. Tanks and silos, there we go. It's, how many blocks high was that? So we are making this one, I think. Which is how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Or are we making this one? Which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Okay. Let me just make double sure of that. Sheet metal tanks and silos provide space. Okay. Great. That's good. Silos offer space for a lot of items. Okay, so there is just a small and a large one. So we want something like this, which we then put the sheet metal here, like that. Actually, let me make double sure of that. Let's always look at our book, because I'm wondering if the bottom layer has a hole in it. It does have a hole in it. See? There we go. So 2, and we want 6 layers. 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, that looks right to me. Blam. Blam. Here we go. The pipe's a little bit confused, I think because the entire structure must count as something that can be plugged into. We will have to put panels over that to make sure that that doesn't cause any problems, but we have an item silo, which should, although we can't see inside of it, we should be able to find that we have a ridiculous amount of space. How much exactly? 24 chests worth, 41,472 oil berries will be able to fit into this awesome creation. We might even be able to connect a couple more silos either side to fit even more oil berries in there. So, why don't we give it a shot? Let's see if anything goes horribly wrong. We can put you in here, and you will start delivering things through the pipe system. Hopefully. Hopefully. I'm not entirely sure whether they get delivered upwards, actually. This is all very experimental. Or it's not even being accepted into the silo, which would be pretty horrible. Does the hammer do anything? Can I find any information from the silo? Let's continue looking. Items must be input through the top and extracted from the bottom. Okay, that's different. That's the problem. I should learn to read. So we have got to hook up this pipe to the top somehow. That's okay. I'm going to knock this down and reposition some stuff, and then I will figure out what we'll do about this whole situation. Okay guys, I have 10 more electrum pipe. I've shifted over the silo a little bit because I shifted it over just one block to try and get the pipe to run up the side of the silo. But the pipe kept trying to connect either, I don't know whether that was a fake connection or not, but either way it was ugly. So I've shifted over even one more. So when you get up there you'll see there'll be a 1 block gap. But most importantly, we have enough electrum to get to the top of the silo now. Even more reason to have a couple of silos side by side here now. So we should be able to... Oh, can I reach? Not quite. Should be able to reach now. Oh, it's taken a while to figure out its connection. Server's running a bit laggy, unfortunately. But that looks very strange. A leg. Yeah, not even messages are going through. I'm going to cut and see what's going on, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Don't know what that lag spike was, but it was happening. The silo seems to be working fine, although there is some funniness going on with the display icon. I'll have to talk to Blue about that. But we can clearly see that we have 192 oil berries in the silo. That's pretty cool. So if we go down here, we now have proper storage for the oil berries, which means that he's going to be just happily harvesting away and we're not going to have any horrible backlog yet. That will obviously fill up at some point if we let it, but we're not going to let it because next episode we're going to work on getting some power up here so that we can get a distillery up and running. And the distillery will be connected to the silo and producing us some liquid oil, converting these oil berries down to their liquid form. If we look at the oil berries, oil berry, and we look at the uses for it, in a fluid extractor we get oil, in a fluid extractor we get oil. No, but we want to use a fluid extractor to get the oil, and then we want to use a distillery to get sulfuric gas or sulfuric light fuel or sulfuric heavy fuel or sulfuric naphtha. I'll have to do my research on which one of those in particular we'll want, because obviously you only get to choose one. But in a distillery anyway. There is something later on called a distillery tower, which will produce everything for us, but it requires titanium and extreme voltage, and we're not even up to medium voltage yet, so we're going to be using the normal distillery. Maybe we'll be splitting things up and using multiple distilleries in this room so that we can get multiple different kinds of cracked fuel types from the oil berries, but we'll have to wait and see. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.